The news cycle never sleeps, and neither do we here at the Roger Report. Get ready for a rapid-fire rundown of the stories everyone's talking about. From major sports updates to the personal connections shaping the league, we've got the inside scoop you won't want to miss. Stay locked in, because this is your essential briefing. First up, a major player is sidelined, impacting team dynamics and fan expectations. We dive into the details of this developing situation. Then, we explore a unique bond forming between two star athletes navigating the challenges of recovery. What does this friendship mean for their individual journeys and the broader sports landscape? Stick around to find out. And that's just the beginning. We've got more critical updates coming your way. Make sure you're subscribed and have that notification bell on so you never miss a beat. Let's get into it. Clark's continued absence raises concerns. All-star Caitlin Clark is once again on the Indiana Fever's growing injury report, confirmed to miss her 15th consecutive game. This significant absence stems from a right groin injury sustained on July 15th during a game against the Connecticut Sun. Adding to her injury concerns, multiple reports indicate Clark also suffered a bone bruise in her ankle during a recent practice session. While the ankle injury is not expected to delay her return timeline, the accumulation of injuries is a significant talking point for the team and its fanbase. Head coach Stephanie White expressed optimism about Clark's potential return before the end of the regular season, but emphasized the team's priority on ensuring her complete recovery. "I think the experience throughout the year, trying to come back quickly, taught her that she needs to make sure she's 100%, White stated. Yes, every competitor wants to play, but at the same time, doing it the right way and making sure that after we've had a couple of setbacks that we're prioritizing her long-term health and wellness is the most important thing. This approach highlights a strategic shift towards player welfare, even at the cost of immediate game availability. Clark's absence has a tangible impact on the Fever's performance. The team holds an 8-5 record with her in the lineup and an 11-12 record without her during the regular season. This season, Clark has played in 13 games, averaging an impressive 16.5 points, 5 rebounds, and 8.8 assists per game. She has also dealt with a left quad injury and a previous left groin injury, indicating a challenging season in terms of physical health. The situation is further complicated by the fact that Clark is one of 5 Fever players sidelined for Sunday's game against the Minnesota Lynx. Chloe Bibby and Sophie Cunningham are both sidelined with knee injuries, with Cunningham expected to miss the remainder of the season due to an MCL tear. Sydney Carlson also has a knee injury, and Ari McDonald is dealing with a foot injury. This widespread impact of injuries tests the depth and resilience of the Fever roster. Sunday's game marks the 24th regular season game Clark will miss, in addition to the Commissioner's Cup Championship game and the All-Star festivities. The Fever, currently 6th in the WNBA standings at 19-17, face the Minnesota Lynx in Minneapolis on Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern. The team's ability to maintain its competitive standing without key players like Clark will be a critical narrative as the season progresses. This ongoing health saga for a star player is certainly a major storyline. But how are other top talents navigating their own physical challenges, and what unique connections are emerging from these tough times? A unique bond forged in recovery. In the often hyper-competitive world of professional sports, unexpected friendships can blossom, particularly when athletes share similar journeys of recovery from injury. Such is the case with Indiana Pacers guard Tyrese Haliburton and Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark. Both are currently sidelined with significant injuries, and their shared experience has reportedly strengthened their bond, offering mutual support beyond the basketball court. Haliburton, recovering from a torn Achilles tendon sustained in Game 7 of the NBA Finals against the Oklahoma City Thunder, was seen wearing a walking boot on his right foot while hosting his youth basketball camp. He candidly discussed the importance of having someone to lean on during his own difficult recovery process. "It's been important just to have somebody to lean on and talk to," Haliburton shared about his connection with Clark. "I think that we've grown the relationship that we can talk about more than just basketball." This sentiment underscores the human element of professional sports, where athletes face immense pressure and physical challenges. The two stars have found solace and understanding in each other's situations, particularly as they both navigate uncertain timelines for their return. Haliburton is expected to miss the entire 2025-26 season as he prioritizes a full recovery, stating his goal is to return at 100% rather than rushing back at a lower capacity. Similarly, Clark has missed 14 consecutive games due to a right groin strain and a bone bruise in her left ankle, with no definitive timetable for her return. Their shared recovery routine has become a notable aspect of their developing friendship. "We lift at the same time. It's just us two in the weight room. We spend a lot of time together," Haliburton revealed. "I guess it's a good thing, but I wish that she was playing." This camaraderie extends to their support for each other's teams. Haliburton has been a visible presence at multiple Fever games, and Clark has been seen cheering on the Pacers during their NBA Finals run. This mutual support not only highlights their personal connection, but also resonates with fans who appreciate seeing athletes support one another. Both players have expressed a desire to spend their careers in Indiana, embracing the state's rich basketball heritage. This shared ambition, combined with their personal connection, has been noted by Fever head coach Stephanie White, who suggested their experiences could serve as a rallying point for fans. "The passion that Tyrese and Caitlin play with really epitomizes the pride of basketball in Indiana," White commented. "Their shared experiences have helped both their games and their teams grow." The narrative of two of Indiana's biggest basketball stars finding strength and friendship in each other during challenging times adds a compelling layer to the current sports landscape. Their personal connection is a powerful story of mutual support. But as injuries continue to mount for one of Indiana's teams, the focus shifts to the team's resilience and the calls for greater effort from the remaining players. Haliburton finds strength in shared recovery with Clark. In the demanding world of professional basketball, the paths of stars often intersect, but few connections are as poignant as the one developing between Indiana Pacers guard Tyrese Haliburton and Indiana Fever sensation Caitlin Clark. Both elite talents are currently navigating the arduous journey of injury recovery, and their shared experience has forged a unique and supportive friendship. Haliburton, who suffered a torn Achilles tendon in a pivotal Game 7 of the NBA Finals against the Oklahoma City Thunder, is facing an extended period on the sidelines, with expectations that he will miss the entire 2025-26 season. He recently appeared at his youth basketball camp, sporting a walking boot on his right foot, a visible reminder of his ongoing rehabilitation. During the camp, Haliburton spoke about the psychological benefits of having a peer to confide in during such challenging times. "It's been important just to have somebody to lean on and talk to," he said, emphasizing how his relationship with Clark has evolved beyond just basketball. "I think we've grown the relationship to where we can talk about more than just basketball." This mutual understanding is particularly valuable given the pressures and uncertainties that accompany serious injuries. Clark, meanwhile, has been sidelined for 14 consecutive games due to a right groin strain and a reported bone bruise in her left ankle. Her return timeline remains uncertain, with her status being day-to-day and no set date for rejoining the Fever before their season concludes on September 11th. Both athletes are prioritizing a complete recovery, aiming to return to peak performance rather than risking further setbacks. Haliburton, for instance, is committed to reaching 100% health, stating, "I don't want to come back and be 85–90%, I want to be able to come back at 100%. This dedication to long-term health is a sentiment echoed by Clark's team, with Fever coach Stephanie White stressing the importance of long-term health and getting her back to 100% before we put her back on the floor. The shared commitment to recovery has led to them spending significant time together, even in the gym. "We lift at the same time, so it's just us two in the weight room, and we spend a lot of time together," Haliburton noted. "I guess it's a good thing, but I wish she was playing." Their support for each other extends to attending games, with Haliburton being a frequent spectator at Fever games and Clark having cheered on the Pacers during their playoff run. This public display of mutual respect and support is a positive narrative in the sports world, highlighting the camaraderie that can exist between competitors. Both players have also expressed a strong desire to continue their careers in Indiana, embracing the state's deep-rooted basketball culture. Coach White has pointed to their shared passion as a reflection of Indiana's basketball pride, suggesting their connection can inspire fans and contribute to the growth of both teams. The passion that Tyrese and Caitlin play with really epitomizes the pride of basketball in Indiana, White remarked. Their shared experiences have helped both their games and their teams grow. The bond between Haliburton and Clark serves as a compelling example of how athletes can find strength and support in each other during periods of adversity. While these two stars find solace in their shared recovery, another Indiana team is facing a crisis of a different nature. Injuries are piling up, and a teammate is calling for a renewed sense of urgency and effort. Indiana Fever grapples with unprecedented injury crisis. The Indiana Fever is currently navigating a severe and prolonged injury crisis, transforming what was anticipated as a rebuilding season into a true test of resilience. The team's roster has been decimated by a series of injuries, creating a daunting challenge for players and coaching staff alike. The most prominent absence is that of all-star guard Caitlin Clark, who has now missed 14 consecutive games due to a persistent groin issue, compounded by a bone bruise in her ankle. Her unavailability has significantly impacted the team's performance, with the Fever's win-loss record notably differing when she is in the lineup compared to when she is not. The injury woes extend far beyond Clark. Sydney Carlson suffered an ACL tear, effectively ending her season prematurely. Ari McDonald, brought in as a crucial replacement player, sustained a fracture shortly after joining the team. Adding to the list, Sophie Cunningham experienced an MCL injury, which also necessitates a season-ending recovery period. The situation worsened with Odyssey Sims, who was seen limping off the court during a recent game, with coach Stephanie White confirming she would undergo evaluation, though the initial outlook is not optimistic. Furthermore, Chloe Bibby was also sidelined for the game against the Minnesota Lynx due to knee discomfort. This cascade of injuries has stretched the team's roster to its absolute limit, forcing players to adapt and perform beyond their usual capacities. Lexi Hull, a key player stepping up amidst the adversity, spoke candidly after the team's loss to the Lynx, emphasizing that there are no excuses for the team's struggles. "We're missing people, so everyone has to do a little more, be more aggressive offensively," Hull stated, embodying the required mindset. She led by example in her team's recent game, delivering one of her strongest performances with 23 points, shooting an efficient 9 of 16 from the field, and contributing significantly with 4 three-pointers, rebounds, steals, and assists. Hull played a remarkable 38 minutes, far exceeding her typical playing time, and underscored the team's need to persevere. "We're losing people, so we have to hang in there and play tired. There's no other way," she declared. In response to the depleted roster, the Fever's management moved swiftly to sign Ariel Powers to a 7-day contract, aiming to bolster the forward position. Powers, a seasoned WNBA champion from the 2019 Washington Mystics, brings valuable experience, with career averages of 10.4 points, 3.3 rebounds, and 1.9 assists. Her addition offers much-needed depth, but the critical question remains whether it will be sufficient to keep the Fever's playoff aspirations alive. With ongoing updates expected for Sims and Bibby, the pervasive concern of an injury curse continues to cast a shadow over the team. The absence of Caitlin Clark for the foreseeable future places an immense burden on Hull and the rest of the squad to maintain competitiveness and navigate the remainder of the season. This team is facing an uphill battle against the injury bug. But what are the key takeaways from all these major sports developments, and what's next for these athletes? Caitlin Clark continues to miss games due to injury, impacting the Fever's lineup. Tyrese Haliburton and Caitlin Clark are strengthening their friendship while recovering from their respective injuries. Tyrese Haliburton is leaning on his friendship with Caitlin Clark during his recovery. The Indiana Fever are battling a significant injury crisis, with multiple players sidelined. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the Roger Report for more updates, hit that notification bell, leave a comment with your thoughts, and follow us on all social media platforms. We'll see you in the next one.